Hello and welcome to the Times of India. You're watching Global Pulse with me, Neha Khanna. Our big focus on the show tonight. After years of political upheaval, uncertainty, and social unrest, Bangladesh's general election has produced a decisive result. Tarique Rahman, the long exiled leader of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party or BNP, is poised to become the next prime minister after his party's landslide victory, winning a commanding majority of seats in the national parliament. This was Bangladesh's first election since the dramatic overthrow of Sheikh Hasina's government in 2024 following a mass student-led uprising. For the BNP and its supporters, this is not just another election win. It's an opportunity to set things right in a country racked by years of violence, unrest, institutional weaknesses, and political polarization. Tarique Rahman, who spent 17 years in exile and faced legal and political exclusion, now returns at the helm of his party with a fresh mandate and broad expectations of change. But what does Tarique Rahman's win mean for India? In his early public statements after the election, Rahman has been cautious yet deliberate about his foreign policy vision, especially with regard to India, Bangladesh's largest neighbor and historically its closest strategic partner. Rahman has emphasized that the interest of Bangladesh and its people will determine its foreign policy. He has underlined the need for balanced relations with all regional powers, including India, China, and Pakistan, making it clear that for him it will be Bangladesh first. Rahman's team has publicly stated they believe India-Bangladesh ties require a reset, suggesting that the relationship framework that existed under the previous leadership is no longer relevant in light of the new political mandate. This call for recalibration has been presented not as hostility, but as a bid to establish a relationship based on mutual respect, equality, and shared interests. From New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi quickly reached out to congratulate Tarique Rahman. In his message, he described Rahman's victory as a reflection of public trust and reaffirmed that India will continue to stand in support of a democratic, progressive, and inclusive Bangladesh, and pledged to work with Dhaka to strengthen multifaceted relations and advance common development goals. Prime Minister Modi's outreach included a phone call and public comments highlighting the deep historical and cultural ties that bind the two countries, a clear signal that New Delhi wants to maintain strong engagement despite political changes in Dhaka. For Rahman's oath-taking ceremony scheduled for Tuesday in Dhaka, India will be represented by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Bangladesh has invited leaders from around the region and beyond, including China, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, signifying Dhaka's intent to be seen as engaged and open in its diplomatic outreach. What have ties between India and Bangladesh been like in recent years? Under Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, between 2009 and 2024, India and Bangladesh enjoyed what many analysts called a golden period of bilateral relations. The two neighbors resolved long-standing issues like land and border disputes, cooperated on connectivity and trade projects, and signed treaties on shared resources like water. India became Bangladesh's closest strategic partner. However, under the interim leadership of Muhammad Yunus, bilateral ties came under severe strain. Dhaka's outreach tilted towards China and Pakistan, and concerns arose in New Delhi over issues ranging from attacks on minorities in Bangladesh to bilateral transshipment and economic cooperation. Can Tarique Rahman reset ties with India in a way that is balanced, respectful, and forward-looking? There are reasons for both hope and caution. Rahman has signaled a desire for balanced ties and not made any overtly hostile statements about India. His approach, framed under Bangladesh First, suggests a preference for cooperative and self-determined diplomacy. India's early outreach and welcoming response imply New Delhi is ready to engage constructively. However, Underlying tensions remain, particularly the future of extradition requests related to the ousted Sheikh Hasina, differing perspectives on regional security, and potential competition with China for influence. Rahman's insistence on balanced ties means New Delhi will need to engage without expecting complete alignment. India would like to put the upheaval of the past 18 months behind, including uncertainty caused by Bangladesh flirting with China and Pakistan and the killings of Hindu minorities, and establish a stable working relationship that ensures a decades-old ally remains by its side. Needless to say, India has monitored this election closely because which way the new government swings could shift regional geopolitics in South Asia and beyond and impact India's national security. From New Delhi's perspective, there are three interconnected issues, the biggest of which is a potential Pakistan-China-Bangladesh axis, a possibility if Rahman's incoming administration has a foreign policy that is less kindly disposed to New Delhi than the one led by Sheikh Hasina. A Pakistan-China-Bangladesh nexus could weaken Delhi's hold on South Asia. Also in play are border and internal security implications arising from concerns like illegal migration and the fallout on domestic politics, particularly before the Bengal and Assam elections, and anti-Hindu sentiments that erupted in Bangladesh after the fall of Sheikh Hasina. Delhi and Dhaka had a stable relationship with Hasina in power. The Awami League boss, barred from this election and facing a death penalty, ran a pro-India government that focused on trade, transport, border security, and water-sharing agreements. But India recognizes the change of guard in Dhaka. The BNP in power, therefore, will not unduly worry India. Rahman has said he will respect India's interests. What this will mean in reality, only time will tell. The good news for India is that handling the BNP would have been a different proposition had the hardline Islamic outfit, the Jamaat-e-Islami, entered the equation as a coalition partner. But that has been ruled out with the BNP winning a clear majority. For India, a Bangladesh government that included the Jamaat had the potential to destabilize bilateral ties. More significantly, it could have pivoted closer to Pakistan, opening the unwelcome possibility of Bangladesh becoming a launchpad for Pakistan-linked or supported terrorist groups to strike the northeast, adding to New Delhi's dual security challenges in the west. But without the Jamaat, a Rahman-led government may be inclined towards a less antagonistic stance with India, though history suggests it'll be more transactional than friendly. That Dhaka may still be interested in doing business with Pakistan is a distinct possibility. China's footprint is already visible, courtesy investment in big-ticket infrastructure projects like the modernization of the Mongla port, the country's second-largest seaport. How decisive Rahman's government will be on border control, will he clamp down on illegal crossings and cross-border killings, and also on drug smuggling, could impact internal politics in India. Bengal and Assam, both of which share that border, will hold an assembly election this year, and illegal migration is a core campaign issue in both states. India and Bangladesh share a 4,100-kilometer border that is densely populated and politically sensitive. Under Sheikh Hasina, Dhaka was seen as more open to enforcing hard checks on its India borders. But post-Hasina, data indicates over 1,000 infiltration attempts. After Hasina was deposed, attacks on Bangladesh's Hindu minorities, which account for about 8% of the population, escalated sharply. Some reports suggest there were over 2,000 that targeted homes, businesses, and temples and prompted thousands to flee. Many Hindus have been brutally killed in Bangladesh. That continues to be an area of concern for India. Tarique Rahman's electoral victory is undeniably big, not just for Bangladesh's internal politics, but also for South Asia's strategic landscape. It ushers in a new chapter for Dhaka's foreign policy and offers an opportunity to recalibrate relations with India on terms that respect both sovereignty and shared interests. While substantial challenges remain, especially on sensitive issues, Early engagement from New Delhi and Rahman's balanced rhetoric suggest that India can be hopeful but must remain vigilant and engaged as this new government settles in.